My mom loves being a martyr. She raised me by herself after my father left. She refused to take him to court for child support and let me grow up not in poverty, but not exactly well. I had food and clothing and a roof over my head. I also started having to provide for myself when I started babysitting. I was earning money to pay for school fees, menstrual products, and such. My mother started taking my babysitting money when I was 12. I got out when I was 16. I moved in with her sister, my aunt. My aunt helped me get my act together and get into college. She helped me get a judgment against my father for child support. He never paid it. She also helped me apply for scholarships. She helped me save money to start my business after I graduated. I'm doing well now, and my mom is getting close to retirement. She recently contacted me and asked if I could help her out. She had worked herself to the bone supporting me growing up, and she feels like I owe her. I told her that she probably had less money than she could because she never bothered collecting child support. She screamed at me that she had decided to cut my father out of her life and that I needed to respect it. So I told her there was an existing judgment against him for child support. It was worth a fair bit of money, and all she had to do was get a lawyer to get it for her. She hasn't called me for money since, but she's also not tried to collect the money that he owes her. I regularly stop by to see my aunt and take her shopping for groceries and household goods. I pay because I owe her. She took me in and helped me out for 2 years of high school and 6 of college. My mom has been complaining to her about me, but my aunt also thinks that my mom has been leaving money on the table long enough. Edit. I'm an affair baby. My father's still married to his wife. I am 100% his child. He's on my birth certificate and there is DNA evidence. My mom is a healthcare aide. To the best of my knowledge, he never gave her any money. Or if he did, it wasn't enough to make our lives any easier. My mom says I'm an idiot for second-guessing her choices and not helping her. I told her that I would after she collected from him. Not the idiot. It's your father who owes your money the money she lacks. If she didn't do what she needed to do to get the money he owes her and still won't pursue it after someone even got the ball rolling for her, it's on her now. The money was for your welfare, and no matter how she felt about your father, she should have had the money collected for your benefit. Clearly, it would have made a difference in your early life. This 100%. Mom is willing to put on the martyr act for her ex and his family by proving she didn't need anything from him, but she's certainly fine demanding her daughter give her money. Nope, OP, stay firm. Tell Mom her martyr act got her into this position today, and she could easily get out of it by taking her ex to court. OP had to buy their own menstrual products at 12 with money from their babysitting job. How do you not do everything in your power to provide something so vital for your child? She's trying to make OP responsible for her choices. You are the idiot. Sorry, you haven't indicated the type of relationship between your mother and father, aside from the affair, so I suspect it's because you don't know. You haven't described any martyr behavior except not wanting money off of your father, which isn't being a martyr, but it may be for a very good reason. There's a reason she refused to chase child support. It's not rare for men to make terrifying threats. It's possible that your mom made a choice to raise her kid in peace without money, over getting child support and likely losing custody. And what's this I owe my aunt? She did 8 total years of care for me. What about the 16 your mom did? I need help understanding your reasoning there. And don't get me wrong, you don't owe anyone, but you say you owe your aunt and not your mother, which is a bit telling. I disagree. A 12-year-old child being forced to work to pay for school fees and menstrual products is neglectful. She should have gone after the father to save her child from that, and probably many other things she missed out on or was forced to do. Why did the child move out so early? Why do they need to get their life back together? And why is the aunt so supportive if they're in the wrong? Aunt had to take over her care because the child wasn't being cared for by her martyr of a mom. I, female 29, have a brother, Hugo, male 31. When Hugo was 19, he got his then-girlfriend, Amy, pregnant. They had their daughter, Ashley, a tween, and later got married and had a baby boy, preschooler. Over the years, I've become close to Ashley. When I'm home, I live abroad. I take her out to shows, shopping, horse riding, etc. We also keep in contact via text. She's bright and thoughtful, just a pleasure to have around. Amy has never liked me, but has put this aside for Ashley. My boyfriend and I are visiting my family for Christmas and then leaving to go skiing. We arranged for Ashley to come skiing and stay with us for New Year's. Amy wasn't keen on this idea, but relented because Ashley was excited to learn how to ski, as all her school friends do. I took my boyfriend's rental car to pick Ashley up from school on Friday, and she was excited because it's a sports car, and I let her friends sit in it and take pictures. At dinner, she asked if I would drive her to and chaperone her and her friends to go ice skating on Tuesday in town. Hugo said I probably didn't want to look after a bunch of kids, and Amy had already planned to chaperone. Ashley ignored him and begged me to chaperone. I didn't really mind, but Amy looked annoyed, so I said I wouldn't want to mess up the established plan. Ashley kept pushing and said she didn't want Amy to come because Amy dressed badly and was never fun and embarrassed her. Hugo told her to apologize, which she did, but she also kept insisting it was true. Amy got teary, and Hugo kept telling Ashley she'd upset her mother, but this made Ashley angrier, and she dug her heels in. Because of this, she was told she wasn't allowed to go ice skating, and she's now not speaking to Amy. Yesterday, Amy and Hugo came to me and said they didn't want Ashley to come skiing anymore. Amy feels like Ashley needs to spend more time with her family, and Hugo supports her. They asked if I would tell Ashley that my boyfriend and I had changed our plans and wouldn't be going on this trip. I asked why, and they said if they told Ashley the truth, that she would blame Amy and defeat the point of her trying to build a bridge with Ashley. I said I understood that, but I didn't feel right lying to Ashley, and if her parents had made the decision, they needed to deal with the consequences, not push it onto me. Amy said if I cared about Ashley, I would realize it's best for me to fall on my sword rather than alienate her further from her mother. I said no again, but Hugo said we should all take until Wednesday to think about it. Ashley is still being very standoffish with her mother, and I know if she finds out her mother canceled the ski trip, it'll get worse. So now I'm wondering if I should just go along with Amy's plan. I just want what's best for Ashley. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Ashley sounds like a little tick, to be honest. Amy and Hugo are not wrong to cancel the trip, if only to teach her a lesson about how to function in a family. But dishonesty is no way to coerce a child into mother love. Hugo and Amy need to own up to their own decisions. They should tell her, you're not going because you're being a total idiot to your mother, and not put you in the position of pointlessly alienating her. And not only will Ashley prefer knowing the truth, but she'll also feel she can trust you because you're refusing to lie to her. Amy trying to guilt you into lying by pulling the "if you care about Ashley" rhetoric is such an idiot move. Ashley is a typical preteen, embarrassed by her parents. Most kids at some point get embarrassed by their parents. The family needs therapy, not lies. I have 2 daughters who have different dads, Mia, young teen, and Ava, teen. Ava's birthday was 2 months ago, and she asked her dad to buy her a new phone and a backpack. She chose what model and color phone she wanted, found a backpack she loved, and was so excited to get them. Unfortunately, her dad got sick and lost all his savings to pay for medication and can't afford to buy them anymore, and I can't afford them either. We explained to her and she understood. I bought her a cheaper backpack from both her dad and me. Mia's birthday was a week ago. When she opened her dad's gifts, I was shocked. It was the exact phone and backpack that Ava wanted. Ava went to her room and didn't come out for the rest of the night. I waited until after the party was over, then told her what she did was cruel and immature. I took both of the gifts away and grounded her. Her dad has been blowing up my phone, demanding I give her gifts back. He called me an idiot and said I had no right to take them away. I told him he should have stopped her from doing this and acted like a parent. Am I the idiot for taking away my daughter's birthday gifts? Mia asked for those gifts, knowing Ava had also wanted them, but wasn't able to get them then. Everyone's the idiot here, except for Ava. Mia sucks for taking advantage of her father's wealth to upset her sister. Her father sucks for not parenting his daughter better than that and not caring about why, even after knowing. You suck the most for not properly parenting both of your children, allowing money to drive a wedge between them, and having a crappy co-parenting relationship with Mia's father. It sounds like you have a better relationship with Ava's father than Mia's, and are letting it influence your attitude with your children, who are noticing. You aren't 100% entitled to take her gifts away because the other girl felt upset about it. I get why she felt that way, but that's not your place. They're gifts from her dad, not you. If it bothers you that much, why not talk? If you think it was maliciously done, though, well, that's a different topic. Not the idiot. That was deliberate. A lot of the other people are missing the point. Everybody's caught up in the money aspect, but this is really the dynamics between the two girls, with one deliberately being vindictive with her choices. You're trying your best to nip resentments in the bud because one is trying to lord her gifts over the other one, which is total mean girl energy. A conversation needs to happen about the shady one's behavior, and there needs to be consequences because if she carries this forward in life, she'll be an unpleasant person. I think you know at some point you'll need to return her gifts, but not before a serious talk about her actions. Get to the bottom of why she's doing this on purpose. Fill Dad in on the importance of Mia being her own person instead of being an empty copycat, and give her a chance to truly think about what she wants instead of just showing up her sister. My mom and dad separated when I was 6, and the next year he met Sam. Sam is great, especially to me, because she was so much fun. She was always taking me to the park or shopping, always buying me things, and even now as an adult, we spend a lot of time together, more than I've ever done with my mother. I chalk that up to Sam being a bit younger. Not that much, but people age differently. I was always under the impression that when they met, Sam was 26 and 27 when my dad and her started dating. And since my dad would have been 38, it's still iffy, but she was an adult. They've been together for 16 years now, had my 2 younger sisters who are teen and a pre-tween, and they seem very happy. To cut to the short story because of word count, I'd been with my family when my aunt mentioned celebrating Sam's 36th birthday. It would have been the first birthday in 16 years we celebrated. I did ask, what? She'd be 43, thinking it was harmless confusion. But nope, my dad admitted that he'd lied to my mother and me, knowing that we wouldn't approve or would find it gross. In the heat of the moment, I did uninvite them from my wedding for lying to me. Plus, I think it's gross. My dad says after 16 years I can't make that judgment. I'd be an idiot for that reasoning. And he said he won't see his only son get married. Sam is upset because she thought we were, quote, closer than that. And my partner wants me to invite them just for peace. I do not have a good relationship with my dad to begin with. Not for any particular reason. He's just controlling, such as dictating where I could go up until I moved out. I recall him telling Sam who she could speak to and be friends with. This lie he hid first makes me see him in a different light because it's gross. Plus, who lies about something like this? What's the point? Why lie to me? What else has been a lie? Am I the idiot? So he was 38 and she was 20? I agree, it all sucks. At the time, I wouldn't have approved either. But 16 years later, if they've been happy for 16 years, including her, then let them be happy. I think they owe you a conversation, or maybe you at least need to talk to her one-on-one about how she feels, and she can clear up the history. They owe you some apology for the false pretense, but I'm not sure you should throw away the whole relationship. I don't even know if it's working out so smoothly. Like the lady couldn't even celebrate her own birthday for over a decade, and had to have her husband's approval for who she could be friends with. That doesn't sound like an equal adult partnership to me. The deliberate lie makes me wonder what else they're keeping from you. Has either of them even apologized? That's what would make me pause. I put myself in OP's shoes. I don't know if I'd uninvite them, but I'd want more information. You lied about your age when you met. Did you lie about when you met? Was it a year after, or is Sam an affair partner? Dad and Sam will say no, and she's probably not. But why should OP believe them? They've kept a lie about something so small, her age, for over a decade. Of course they'd lie about something big like that. Mother-in-law is currently visiting from the Philippines, which is about a 15-hour flight. She has only come once for our wedding, so we haven't seen her in years and wanted her to meet her grandkids, preschooler and toddler. I really don't know her at all. My only interaction with her has been at the wedding. She wanted to wear something cultural, but I asked her not to wear white, the traditional mother of the groom color in the Philippines, and she told people behind my back that I was a witch and ugly. When confronted, she just cried and said she was blowing off steam and accused me of racism. I've hardly spoken to her, so that was my only impression of her. I know she was super anxious about coming alone, so I tried to be as welcoming as possible. Mother-in-law came, and I thought things were okay, but then she began receiving all these deliveries of food, and a family member drove an hour to bring her a casserole. I was confused, and when I talked to the family member, she said mother-in-law's husband had contacted her and claimed she was starving, and he was ordering what groceries he could, but any food they could bring her would help. I was even more confused. We have food in the house, and I cook every night. I talked to mother-in-law. She admitted she had been calling her husband crying because she was hungry. She said I didn't make her breakfast. I didn't know I had to. I eat something quick before work, and I didn't tell her she could eat our food or use our kitchen. Again, I didn't know I had to, so she just hadn't been eating. I could feel my blood boiling, and I yelled at her, asking why she wouldn't just ask. I said she humiliated me and should have come to me instead of running to her husband like a crybaby. She began sobbing. My husband came in and backed me, and mother-in-law kept screaming for us to get out. I did, but muttered it was our room. All of her stuff is gone now. She must have left through the back door. She ignored our calls, so I sent a text, but now family from America and from back in the Philippines are calling us disrespectful idiots. My husband said he would back me, though he wishes I used a better tone. Am I the idiot? You are the idiot. What a horrible way to welcome your mother-in-law. It would be best if you had worked with your husband to learn basic ways to make her feel welcome. Instead, you screamed at her, assumed she'd know how to find a way around your life and American culture, and made her feel so bad and sad and hungry that she left. What an awful, ignorant host. I don't exclude your husband here. You both suck. This is a guest in your home, an older person from a different culture, away from home and unfamiliar with you and your customs. The reason she didn't ask you for anything is that she was afraid to upset you, not wanting to be yelled at and called names. You are a bully. Yelling at people and calling names is an awful way to treat guests, much less your mother-in-law, who's from a different culture and was walking on eggshells to keep from upsetting OP, the queen. Not the idiot. Wait, why is OP a big idiot in people's eyes? I was never taught that if I'm starving and there isn't food, to go trash talk the host. She should have communicated instead of bashing OP and making her look like some bad host. That woman expected to be waited on hands and foot, and when she wasn't, she pulled out all the stops to try and make you feel guilty about it. Plus, why didn't she ask to use the kitchen or eat any food if she was that concerned? Your mother-in-law sounds like a drama queen.